It was supposed to be a regular rodeo. Lights flashing. Crowds cheering. Dust flying. But when Jake Iron Carter stepped into the ring that night, something was wrong. Dead wrong. The bull, midnight black, eyes burning with rage, didn't snort. Didn't buck. It just stared. Still. Silent. Almost human. The announcer shouted his name. The gate burst open. But the bull didn't run. It walked. Slowly. Like it had a purpose. Jake's grip tightened. And then the bull spoke. Not with words. But with its eyes. You killed my brother. The crowd never saw what really happened. But that night, one cowboy wouldn't leave the ring the same again. Chapter 1: A Man and His Mistake. Jake Carter wasn't just a cowboy. He was a legend. Known for taming the wildest beasts and never falling once in the arena. Jake lived for the spotlight. For the roar of the crowd. For the thrill of proving he was stronger than anything nature could throw at him. But pride comes with a cost. 5 years ago, in a small Texas town, Jake faced a bull named Diablo. A beast like no other. Strong. Fast. Angry. Jake had never feared an animal until then. That night, Diablo went wild, charging toward the fence, trampling trainers. Jake held on. For 6 full seconds. Then he jumped off. People say it was self-defense. But others, those close to the rodeo scene, knew Jake had done something more brutal. He didn't just ride the bull. He broke it. Stabbed it behind the scenes to make it angrier. To make the show more exciting. Diablo died from internal bleeding that night. Jake never told anyone the truth. Chapter 2: The Return of the Beast. 5 years later, Jake's reputation had grown. He drank too much. Slept too little. But he was still a star. That year's rodeo featured a new bull. They called him Revenant. Solid black. Born in the same ranch as Diablo. Jake didn't care. Another ride, another paycheck. But the moment Revenant stepped out of the holding pen, Jake froze. Same eyes. Same cold stare. Same scar on its neck. Impossible. That bull's not like the others, the handler whispered. Doesn't eat. Doesn't sleep. We don't know how he's still alive. Jake laughed it off. But in his gut, he knew. This wasn't just a bull. This was judgment. Chapter 3: The Ride Begins. As the announcer shouted Jake's name, the arena lights dimmed. The wind blew unusually hard through the stands. Jake climbed onto Revenant's back. The crowd cheered. The gate swung open. Silence. No bucking. No charging. Just that same stare. Jake jabbed his boots. Nothing. Then Revenant turned his head. And looked Jake in the eye. Jake blinked. Suddenly, he wasn't in the arena anymore. He was back in that dusty stable, 5 years ago. Holding the metal prod. Diablo bleeding. Screaming. Back in the present, Revenant finally moved. And all hell broke loose. Chapter 4: 8 Seconds of Hell. Revenant didn't buck like a bull. He twisted like a storm. Whipping sideways, leaping into the air, crashing down like thunder. Jake held on. 6 seconds. Blood dripped from his gloves. 7 seconds. The crowd screamed. 8 seconds. Jake flew. Straight into the fence. Bones cracked. The world spun. Revenant stopped. Turned. Walked toward him. And did something no bull had ever done. He bowed. Chapter 5: Redemption. Jake woke up in the hospital. Ribs broken. Shoulder shattered. But he was alive. For the first time in years, he felt small. Human. He watched the footage from that night over and over. The bull never hurt anyone else. Just him. As if it had come for one thing only. Justice. Weeks later, Jake made a decision. He returned to the ranch. Found Revenant. stood before him. No fence. No rope. Just man and beast. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Revenant blinked. Turned. Walked away. And Jake understood. Some battles are not about winning. They are about learning how to lose with grace. Chapter 6: A New Legacy. Jake quit the rodeo. Opened a small sanctuary for injured bulls and retired rodeo animals. Every week, he sat beside Revenant's pasture. Sometimes, the bull would walk close. Sometimes not. But they shared a bond now. Not of hatred, but of truth. And forgiveness. Ending note. Jake Carter is still alive. Still carrying the scars of pride, pain, and redemption. But every time a kid asks him about the craziest ride of his life, he doesn't talk about championships. He talks about the night he met Revenant. The bull that didn't just break his bones, but healed his soul.